everybody, I'm Marcus Jenny John. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go through what I think are some of the really useful features that the Toyota Lexus products provide that maybe are not necessarily commonly known, or some people might know about them but aren't exactly proficient with them. So I'm hoping to just give you a couple tips that will make your ownership of a Toyota Lexus product that much more enjoyable. So without holding back, let's jump straight into it. Okay guys, this first feature is programming your memory seats to be configured with your key. All right. Now, I know this works on a Lexus because I had one just before we owned our Toyota product. Basically, what you need to do, firstly, turn on your ignition. Okay, so it has to be ignition on. All right, so if you can see there, that's ignition on. All right. Now, sorry, I'm having a little bit of fun getting. All right. So now what we need to do, basically, assuming you've got your seat where you'd like it to be, okay, you hit the programmable seat position and either door lock or door open. Okay, so seat, door lock, and if you heard that second beep, that's programmed. So now whenever I go in the vehicle with my set of keys, the seat position number 2 will be configured as I'm getting into the vehicle. Okay, so that's a great feature, my number 1 on my list. All right, second feature I wanted to mention that I think is of a real benefit to most people would be the auto windows down or windows open feature, or auto close in the inverse. So basically all you do is you hold down your key for 1 second and then hold it down again for 4 seconds. All right, and the windows go down, your sunroof opens. Again, you can close the door and then hold it down again for another 4 seconds. And the windows go up and the sunroof is closed. So where I'm based in Australia, that's a feature that a lot of the dealers would charge you for. Essentially, they got to reprogram the vehicle to understand that feature, but you might be able to get it for free. Anyway, valuable feature. I think that's quite useful, especially in a warm climate. So the next feature that I think would be quite useful for most operators of Toyota and Lexus products to understand is how to use your radar cruise control without relying always on the radar. Now, a reason you might want to have the radar disengaged from the cruise control is that the radar cruise control obviously is looking ahead at the next vehicle. And if someone pulls into your lane, the radar cruise control will immediately decelerate the vehicle to match the vehicle's speed in front of you. At the same time, you may very well just be about to change lanes and want to maintain your velocity, your vehicle speed. So this is really about avoiding that situation of sudden decelerations. Yes, it's a safety feature, but if you are driving responsibly, you can also change lanes and maintain that speed. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so here's my cruise control stock, and it's very standard, again, across a lot of Toyota Lexus products. Basically, when you operate the cruise control normally, you would press the button and you would set your speed, turn it off, accelerate, decelerate. Now, the main difference is when you want to run a cruise control not using radar cruise control, all you have to do is hold that button down a little bit longer and then set your speed. And what that does is it just turns off the radar feature. And you'll know that's working because you won't get those bars or other radar cruise control features showing up on your dash as you're driving. So the last feature that I think a lot of people would benefit from is understanding the climate control system when you've got rear vents. I'm gonna figure out where I'm pointing, right there in our vehicle. So a lot of Lexus and Toyota products have rear vent systems. We've got a 2021 Toyota Prado. It comes with a rear console control. So we can operate that from the center console. The front seats effectively can operate the rear seat controls, or they can operate it from the rear. But a lot of people don't know how the two work together or how to actually control and operate the rear vents. So let's have a look at that. Okay, I'm going to try and explain this as simply as possible. Driver control passenger or rear seat control. Okay, so this is the climate control system. Now, right now we're running on auto and we have the rear system engaged. Okay, now if I press the rear button, you can see in auto mode, if I change the temperature, that fan speed's going to automatically adjust. But I can also press the buttons on the console here, or the fan speed, and I can manually adjust that rear system. Okay, that rear system is obviously also, that's, sorry about the video work there, but this is also the console that can be managed by the rear seat passengers. In my case, if we just turn that system off, come back up front, the rear seat system, effectively the climate control system, is off at the back now. So what that means now is if you're adjusting the temperature, even though it's on auto, if you're adjusting the temperature now, you're only adjusting it for effectively the front half of the vehicle. Okay, if you want to get that rear system going again, you can put it on rear, and you can manually do it again from the controls at the front, or you can hit the auto button, and again you can use your passenger rear temp control to actually adjust the system at the back of the vehicle. Now to go back to the front of the vehicle again, I just press that rear button and the screen switches over. You can, for example, also turn off the system at the front of the vehicle. Okay, but if you have a look, the rear of the vehicle is still operating on auto, and I can still drop it right down and effectively be cooling the back of the vehicle while the front system is not operating. Okay, if I want to turn the front system back on, again, I just press auto. You can see my temperatures come back. I can always go back to that rear system. So it's essentially this is a three-way climate control system. But I just think a lot of people get confused with how to control that rear seat system. And essentially you adjust the temperature with the left temperature control, and the rear button really is the key. Obviously it says rear on the screen when it's operating. So anyway, that's my I guess my tip about how to operate that rear climate control system on a Toyota Lexus vehicle. All right, so those are my tips for today on some of the features in the Toyota Lexus lineup that I think are quite valuable to understand and utilize as a owner. I hope they were helpful. If so, love it if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.